Good afternoon, class. My name is Mrs. Pratt, and first I'm going to show you a video.
Tooth Fairy, take me home. Hello, baby, I'm your baby Tooth. My friends and I will join you in your early youth. And in a few years, I'm gonna get loose and pop right out of your mouth. Then the Tooth Fairy, who some can see, Tooth Fairy will rescue me. Tooth Fairy, who's so well known, Tooth Fairy, take me home. So when I come out, take me to bed, put me underneath the pillow where you lay your head. When you wake up in the morning where I was instead, you'll find a magic coin. And then the Tooth Fairy, who some can see, Tooth Fairy will rescue me. Tooth Fairy, who's so well known, Tooth Fairy, take me home. Oh yeah. Don't worry, baby, everything will be fine. You get another tooth and it's waiting in line. Like your mommy and your daddy, it's the very same kind, and you have it for the rest of your life. Then the Tooth Fairy, who some can see, Tooth Fairy will rescue me. Tooth Fairy, who's so well known, Tooth Fairy, take me home. Tooth Fairy, who some can see, Tooth Fairy will rescue me. Tooth Fairy, who's so well known, Tooth Fairy, take me home.
Now that we have watched that video, today you know that we have a word wall classroom around our classroom of words that we do not know. Today we're going to create our own word wall books, but first I'm going to read a story called Nice Try, Tooth Fairy, and try to think of some words that we may or may not know, and you will have a list of a word wall words that possibly could confuse you, and while you're looking over those words, check off the ones that I have listed of ones that you do not know, and we will come back to that. Nice Try, Tooth Fairy by Mary W. Olson, illustrated by Catherine Tolson. And remember, look how I'm holding the book and illustrating the book. Dear Tooth Fairy, thank you for the money you left under my pillow. That was the first tooth I've ever lost. Wasn't it beautiful? Emma. Dear Tooth Fairy, my grandfather is here for a visit. Could you please return my tooth so that I could show it to him? Just for one day. Emma. Dear Tooth Fairy, my mother says I should be pleased that you think I have such big teeth, but I think you made a mistake. Please, can I have my tooth back? Emma. Dear Tooth Fairy, you do not have to worry about taking back that tooth. Last night I had a surprise visitor. That tooth fit him just fine. Have you found my tooth yet? Emma. Dear Tooth Fairy, no, my tooth isn't small either. I almost didn't see it under my pillow. Just as I was about to pick it up, a funny-looking creature tumbled through my window and grabbed it. I guess it was him. Emma. Dear Tooth Fairy, nice try, but this isn't mine either. That animal came for it was cute, but oh so smelly. I let him have that tooth and anything else he wanted. Emma. You see with that animal? What animal is that, class? Dear Tooth Fairy, no, that tusk's not mine either. Not unless you think I'm an elephant. And speaking of elephants, there's one trumpeting on my front lawn now. Do you think this might be his? Emma. You see the elephant coming through the window? Dear Tooth Fairy, you sure must have a lot of teeth there. My mother says the tooth you left me last night is an alligator tooth. I'm looking for a place to put it, so he'll be sure to find it. Here's a picture of my tooth in case you forgot what it looked like. Emma. And then there's a picture of the Tooth Fairy with all the teeth and papers. Dear Tooth Fairy, you found it. My grandfather really liked it. Thank you. I'm returning it just like I said I would. Emma. Dear Tooth Fairy, guess what? My other front tooth fell out. Isn't it beautiful? Maybe you should put it in a safe place for a while. Emma. And that is the story. Alright, as I was reading that book, there were some really big words. What were some words that you checked off that I had of a list created? Trumpeting? Yeah, that's a really big word. I would check that word off too. Remember to cut it out, because we're going to cut our words out now, and we're going to glue them into our word wall books that I have created for y'all. And under each letter, there's a letter written under each one of them. So make sure that you glue that word trumpeting under the T letter there, so that it is there. After you're done gluing them, make sure that you glue it in the top corner there or at the front up top. And then you draw a picture of what that word is to you, write the definition, and then create a sentence of that word on your own to understand that word better. Have y'all heard of who the Tooth Fairy is? Has any of you heard of the Tooth Fairy prior to watching the video that I showed before? Good. All right. How many of you lost teeth before? Let's see. Surprise. Surprise is one of the words that I put on my list that y'all might have a challenge for. Surprise is being shocked or not knowing what is coming on. It's like a present. Y'all think of a present and you're like, oh yeah, thanks for that. A tusk. Tusk is an elephant. What an elephant has that sticks out, that's long. Safe. You know, you feel safe and protected in your parents' arms. If you don't know any of the words while you are gluing in the book, make sure you ask your peers at your tables or raise your hand and ask me, and I'll come over to help you do that. I would like this to be as independent as possible. Try to do your best of doing it on your own. And if you have any problems, raise your hand or ask your peers to help you out. When you look you're going to pull out your tablets that you all have in your class and on your desks. And you're going to go up to the Kid Dictionary website that I have given y'all to look up those words. If you have trouble looking up those words online, make sure to, again, ask your peers or me for help. And also, we have our internet guidelines and rules. You better follow by those or you will have to get that taken up and get the tablet taken up and you will miss the assignment. Alright class, now that we have finished our word wall books with the words that we do not know, the pictures, the definition, and the create our own sentence, now I want to have y'all come back to the carpet, and I want to ask some words that you picked out. Alright, what are some words that you picked out? Creature. Okay. What did you have down for creature? Creature is like an animal or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Can you come up and draw a picture on my whiteboard for me? Thank you. All right, class. Now that we have gotten all these words down on our whiteboard, I just wanted to show you all what some other people that struggled on so that we all understand together what the words are.